Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Atlanta Falcon Nation, what it do? Like I said, you got the Atlanta Falcon Nation family bringing to you our
I had to get my
post-game
Randy Orton.
reaction, or the AKA How Dare the Atlanta Falcons Win So We Can't Get Trevor Lawrence show.
We are the champions, my friend.
All right.
We keep on fighting till the end. Do.
All right. Okay. So we gonna definitely introduce the fam here today. You see the Randy Orton pose, man, over there. That's your boy, Mr. Mad Mike Sports, aka the Mad Scientist. That terrible singing that you just heard. That's from
terrible. Oh, I'm awesome on this mic. Y'all better recognize K Styles.
Oh, BS on that one. Anyway, right down to the bottom, we got Mr. Jude Talk Sports, the voice of reason.
What up, y'all?
And we got Mr. J Rock for Life, the Twitch God. What's happening?
Ooh, I like that. Yo.
And me, your boy K Styles, the 6th man. Hey, got a victory today. How we feeling today?
Hey, I got my Cheetos, bro. I got my Cheetos. I'm good, man.
All right, man. Hey, how we doing after this victory? I know a lot of the Falcon fans are mad that we won. So, how y'all feel?
Mm-hmm.
I feel good.
I don't give up. I don't give up. I don't give up.
Y'all know what I've been saying? Trap game. Every game we play now is about to be a trap game. The team got a better record than us. Trap games.
We say trap game. Yeah, that's us.
Yeah, trap game. Yeah, that's me.
All right, but before we get to it, I'm gonna go ahead and give a couple of the shout outs that's in here right now. Got your boy Art Angel. We got Yasuke Knight, Devon Standifer, Mark 504, the loyalist, King Quest 710, and John Crowder. Like I said, we ain't called your name now. Hey, we got a show to do, but it's gonna be said but before it ends. So how would y'all explain today's victory? What's the best way how you would explain it? I'll start off with you, Mike.
I'm going to say this. I'm not surprised whatsoever. This has been the Atlanta Falcons for a while. I've said over and over again, this team has absolutely no issue with talent. Zero issue with talent. This is a very well put together team. The issue remains, can the Falcons have a decent game plan going into it? They had an excellent game plan on the defensive side of the ball. Another thing, everybody keep worrying about sacks. Haven't I told you guys stop focusing on sacks? You see what Dante Fowler did to this defense, to that defensive line? That defense looked like a complete different animal when he is in the lineup. That's presence. That's the reason why you brought him into the league. That's why he was what, 3rd overall pick. He's a great player. He's a physical player. He is one of those players that's like a Ray Lewis, not to that extreme, but he's like a Ray Lewis. He just brings a different type of energy. Like you just like want to punch somebody in the face when he's on the field. Like this is what you brought him into it. You brought him for his presence, for his ability to stop the run. Like the run defense was amazing. So you saw Debo and 4-year Olakun, and I'm gonna say this. Somebody told me not to say this, but I'm gonna go on the limb. I think this is the best duo in the league outside of KJ and
Bobby Wagner.
Bobby Wagner. I think this is the best linebacker duo this year. I don't think a better duo is playing better than these guys. These guys are making plays. Not only are they making plays, they tackling well, they can cover, they can get after. Like they've been blitzing, they've been like causing fumbles. Like, what more do you want from a linebacking crew? And Michael Walker he's no slouch. He's been balling. So I really want to say this about the defensive coordinator position. I still don't think Raheem is the guy for this team. But what I've seen from this linebacking core, what I've seen from Jeff Ulbrich and him putting his unit together, because his unit has all year long has been consistent. All year, the linebacking crew has been consistent. We have had no issues with the linebackers all year making plays. So I think we really need to focus on that offensive play calling. It still was absolute shit today. Complete garbage. The only thing that saved us was Matthew Thomas Ryan. That's it. Let's just be real. Matthew Thomas Ryan saved our asses today. We put up a 40 spot. Nobody even thought. I said the country. I said that the country. We put up a 40 spot, okay? 40. And nobody's seeing that coming. So we owe Matt Ryan his respect, and we owe that defense the proper respect that they do. You know what I'm saying? It's all come down to coaching. So I love what I saw today. I hate what I saw from Dirk Cutter, but I love what I saw from the team in its entirety.
All right, Drew, what you think, man?
I agree completely with Mike. Like the defense today set the tone. Like they came out and set the tone. The offense was still stagnant. I'm still not super excited about this game against the Saints, but this game against the Saints next week is a chance for this coaching staff to redeem themselves. If they can come back and beat the Saints, there's still a chance. Like I know last week we said it was over, but I said that because I thought they were going to come in with that same garbage game plan, and I thought we were going to possibly get stumped by the Raiders. I thought that we could, play with the Raiders, but I thought the Raiders were going to out physical us. And today we were the more dominant team. Real talk. We won in the trench warfare. We won the trench warfare today. Like we own the defensive line and we own the offensive line. So when you can dominate in the trenches, you guys know I talk about it all the time. If you can dominate in the trenches, hey, you go most of the time going to win the game. And today he talked about it. Dante Fowler, he was a monster. That whole defensive line, Jacob Tatui Mariner, somebody in that chat was like the violent hands coming off the edge with the sack. This is what we've been talking about. Like when you get singled up and you get those, I thought there was going to be Tat McKinley, who's no longer here. But when you get those one-on-one matchups, that's your chance to do your thing. And he got that one-on-one matchup, and he went right around the edge using them hands, and he knocked the ball out, strip sack. So and he recovered it. So I'm like, man, he not only did he get the strip sack, but he actually recovered it. So the defense was off the chain today. Like they set the tone. Debo with the pick six. I mean, the defense played flawless. They didn't give up a touchdown today, 40-6. All they gave up was 2 field goals. If we can play with that same energy, I want us to keep that same energy for next week. Today was a little bit of a test, but next week is really going to show if that was the real Falcon defense we've seen, or if is the Raiders just that bad. Because coming in, I thought the Raiders were a lot better than they played today. To me, they played sloppy football today. I think they had over 10 penalties. I mean, it was a terrible game by the Raiders. I know John Gruden was ready to pull his hair out because he's one of them old school coaches. And today, they were just sloppy on defense. They were sloppy on offense, getting dumb penalties, running into the kicker. Like, they were getting the worst penalties you can get. Like, they were giving us free points. So I'm proud that we took advantage of it. We put up a 40 burger. He said a 40 spot. I call it a 40 burger. We gave him a 40 burger today, but I want to see more out of this offense. Like he said, I didn't like the game plan still from Dirk Cutter. If we come in with that same game plan next week against the Saints, we're going to be in for a rude awakening, because the Saints, it's like we were playing a JV team today. Compared to the Saints and how they played us the first time, it was like a whole nother level. It was like going from high school to college. So we're going to see what we do next week. This was a good start. One thing that I did like about today's game that we dominated, it gives those young players confidence. Like those guys like the Jacob Tatui Mariners, the guys that performed well today, all of these young guys. AJ Terrell was all over the place today, locking people down. Darquez Denard got stiff arm out of hell, but but he actually played. We played physical today. Our whole defense played physical, great tackling, great leverage. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Michael Walker in that linebacking core. Deion Jones, Michael Walker, Foye Oluokun. I don't care if we change the whole regime. We got to keep those three guys together because that's a great linebacker unit that we got. And I don't know if you guys seen Pro Football Focus actually graded Michael Walker as the best rookie linebacker this season. So that dude is balling out, man. And I love what I'm seeing, a lot more 3-4 schemes where they're having him on the edge. Because you saw today with the first strip sack fumble, Foye Oluokun was on the edge, kind of like a TJ Watt screaming off the edge with the strip sack fumble. So, I mean, I'm loving what I saw today. If we can keep that up, we can win the remaining games on this schedule. But for whatever reason, it seems like we play down to our competition. If we play like this every week, we can beat anybody. And that's what Mike is talking about. Like, a lot of my guys were giving me a hard time about me saying the Falcons are not a bad team. But you've seen today, if we play up to our capability, we can beat anybody. We just been underachieving. Like, let's be real. From what y'all seen today, we're underachieving. There's no way that we should be sitting at now 4-7. And that's what John Gruden, if you look at his interviews last week in his media session, he said this team is a lot better than 3-7. This is the best 3-7 team I've seen. A lot of people say he was capping, but I think he was actually being honest. Like, the talent that we have, think about if Julio played today. We could have easily put up 50. Julio didn't even play today, and we still balled out. We really didn't even have a lot of explosive plays like we normally have. Today was all strictly the defense that made the plays. The offense really didn't do much. They didn't have to do much. The defense took over the game. Like, I don't know how many times we got the ball on their red zone or in the +20. I mean, we had two plays where it was like, I think they got the strip sack fumble starting off the game. Then it was another fumble. It was like the first play of their drive was another fumble. So it's just like our defense owned the game. They took over and dominated. But that's pretty much all I got because I want to save something for J-Rock.
Yeah, I'm about to say before we get to J-Rock, we're gonna hit this $5 super chat from Let's Get It GA. Basically, he's saying basically what he just saying, what everybody's saying. AJ Terrell is just getting better and better every week.
That dude is a monster, man. His confidence is just, oh my God, like J-Rock, go ahead, man. But that dude, his confidence is just incredible right now.
Yeah, what I gotta say is, big ups to the defense. Like, the Falcons defense have held the Raiders offense to, like, what was it, 1 out of 6 on third down, and they only had like six rushing yards and created like 2 turnovers in the first half. That's incredible. And like, people were flying all over the place. Like, you can tell they was going to get they were going to get the football. Like, you'll see balls being punched out, even when some of the calls wasn't really going our ways, like, you know, the fumble and all that. But you can see it, the hunger. And hey, guys, we finally saw Marlon Davidson out there. How did y'all think he did? Like, he tore it up. Played solid minutes. Not bad at all. The defense came to play today. I think this is the best we've ever seen our defense play all year. So big ups to them. Derek Cutter and his offense, this is what we all expected. Nothing too shabby. It's what we all expected. So it's nothing too flashy. It's just like, come on, dude. Like, it's like we're banking on the defense to bail us out for, you know, mess ups on offense and miscues and stuff like that. So it's like, come on, Dirk, you got to draw something up a lot better than that. I mean, I get it. I mean, our defense, we got, you know, a couple of good players, but like, come on now. That's all I gotta say on that. Our defense, salute to the defense. The defense did numbers today. They did numbers. Another thing I want to say is that I realized, I don't know what it is on I don't know if it's because of Dirk Cutter's game plan or whatever, but all year the running backs have struggled picking up on blitzes. I don't know what it is. It's weird, but I don't know. I don't know if it's like a Dirk thing, putting them at wrong places, because I seen Brian Hill get ran over a bunch of times trying to block somebody. So, but overall, I
Well,
think we played pretty solid. This is a major win for the Atlanta Falcons. It's a hell of a good momentum heading into next week's game against the Saints at home. So we're going to be waiting next week. So hopefully this is not just some type of flashes. I hope this is like a continuing thing going on for the rest of the other games, because we got some tough games going ahead to end the rest of the season. So let's see how it all plays out. K-Styles.
Hey, like I said, this was all defense today. Offense just picked up the scraps. Like I said, Jacob Tatui Mariner showed his ass today.
oh yes.
I'm gonna give him the credit. Like I said, the whole defense. What have I been preaching all year round? You have to do it for 60 minutes. This was the first time the defense did it for 60 minutes.
And they didn't look gassed at all.
I think they felt embarrassed last week against the Saints. I think that's where it came down to. But like I said, I think what set the tone was when was it Keanu Neal that blasted Hunter Renfro to prevent that first down in that first Raiders drive.
He set the tone with that.
He set the tone with that one. Lord have mercy.
That let you know what type of game it was about to be.
Yeah, but AJ, nothing more I can say about AJ Terrell, man. Hey, I can't say nothing more about him. Like I said, they tried him all day. Like I said, he had that one pass that he gave up. Like I said, that was just a hell of a catch by Henry Riggs. That was just a hell of a catch.
Great ball placement. Like you gotta get up to the quarterback.
But like I said, AJ Terrell, like that is a all pro right there. And he keep going at the rate that he doing. But like I said, just big shout outs to the defense and Edo Smith at the end when they let him run that rock. That one cut ability that I saw in college in that first couple years, and the fact that him and Abrams got into it and he didn't back down. Yeah. Like I said, it was just all emotion. Like I said, just big props up to that defense held it down for the whole team today.
Oh, I'm hard on the coaches, right? Like, I'm just gonna be real, man. The game plan and the formations were just doo-doo. It was straight dookie juice. Like it was the same. It was the same. Let's line up in shotgun. Let's go to 2 tight end sets, and like every time they go to those 2 sets, they know exactly what's coming, and he still calls it. Like it's the same stuff over and over again, and there's nothing ever changes with Dirk Cutter, and that's the issue. No creativity whatsoever. It's like when you have that as a coach, your players can't always. You're not going to have these games where you're going to have your players like win most of that matchup. Like one thing Oakland has to do, they have to get a new secondary. Like they have to invest in their secondary because those guys got knocked around by 3rd, 4th stringers. That is horrible. Okay, no Julio Jones. Calvin really was pretty much hobbled by the foot injury from the second half, and as the game went on, the linebackers they got to upgrade their linebackers too. Their linebackers had no answer for Hayden Hurst, and that's the issue. Like if you can't have you don't have any Julio, Calvin really is hobbled by the injury, and your linebackers for the most part, these guys. I didn't hear linebacker all day from them. That's bad. You don't hear the linebacker all game. That's an issue. So I don't like Dirk Cutter just. I don't care about scoring 40 points. I need a better game plan, and his game plan was absolutely nothing changed. He did nothing different. The only thing that was different from the offensive side of the ball was they just brought Ito Smith into the game, and he fit well against that slower. That they're not as physical. That's the issue with that linebacker. That linebackers aren't that physical, and Ito it fit right into Ito Smith's game. You know what I'm saying? That's his game. Ito Smith is a guy that he's slippery. He's not fast. He's not super quick, but he's just slippery, and he fit in just well with the game plan. And another thing that I want to highlight before pass it on to you guys, but I don't know what they were doing defensively. Like their defensive line is horrible. Like they defensive line, like I thought it was like looking at the Mike Smith defensive line. You know what I'm saying? In the latter years of like that's what it was looking like. Like they were getting no pressure. Just got a bunch of big guys just on the line trying to get after the quarterback. It's like you get Matt Ryan, 5 seconds he's going to destroy you. And it got worse at the end. So they have to invest in their secondary first because their matchups against the Falcons without a Julio Jones was absolutely horrendous.
I completely agree with you, Mike. I think they have to invest in their defense, period. Like the Saints, the Raiders, their defensive line, their linebackers, they don't have a ton of playmakers. Other than that kid, Abrams, that's really physical, they don't really have guys that match up well. So I completely agree. I didn't really see anybody. They got the guy that plays a defensive end, Max Crosby. He's one of those guys that can get pressure. And I think he has about 6.5 sacks on the season. But other than that, they really don't have any guys that's like splash players. Their linebackers are suspect, and their secondary is really suspect. And that's what they really have to invest in their defense. I was just shocked the way that we were able to hold down that running game. We really shut down Josh Jacobs, and he's having a good season. He's played well. Last year as a rookie, he played well, and he's played well all season. And they actually played the Kansas City Chiefs, I think, twice this year. They played them really close last week. So I don't know what happened today. I mean, even their defense played better. So I don't know what happened today. I mean, they ran into a buzzsaw. I was really shocked.
They just got their ass whooped. They just seriously, like the Falcons just got a bad matchup. And plus, I just don't think like John Gruden had a good game plan. I said this before. Anytime that you run sideways on the Falcons, you run those quick screens, you're gonna lose. You gotta attack them Falcons. You gotta go head up. That's how you beat the Atlanta Falcons. The game plan, I thought it was an arrogant game plan, offensive game plan. And like I said, Debo, I told the guys on Spotlight, the Spotlight Raiders Talk channel, shout out to those guys. But I told them, like, y'all gonna have your handful with Deion Jones and Foye Oluokun. And those guys, they were getting pressure, they was getting hits, they were tackling well, they was getting picked. Like the dude got a pick six. Like these, like I said, I'm maybe jumping the gun here. I admit that. But I don't see a better duo in the league besides KJ Wright and Bobby Wagner. Like, let's be real. Like, these guys are playing out of their freaking mind. And they're like, from the Dallas game, the dude had 3 forced fumbles in what I think is the best running back in the game. Zeke Elliott is the best running back in the game. And the dude made him fumble times. These guys are playmakers. They're not just tacklers. They're not just linebackers. They are playmakers. And we have 2 of them and quite possibly 3. So, man, you get the right defensive coordinators. You get the right defensive coordinator and you get the right defensive coordinator and the right GM. Falcons might be right back into the picture, man.
Yeah, man.
But they got to get the right offensive coordinator. They got don't bring that fucking look. I'm don't bring that motherfucker back here. Okay, don't bring him. Let his ass go. I would much rather have Greg Knapp here. Do not bring him back.
Hey, I'm about to say, yeah. I think I found another update to his playbook. I think this is the playbook that he had ran. I don't know if y'all remember this toy that came out but I think this is what Dirk Cutter uses to make his plays. You remember that?
And go ahead.
He just making stuff up on the fly, bro. It's
Man.
bro. It's just like I said. It didn't look good out there. Like I said, if the defense didn't play like it played today, we've been talking about a closer game and a frustrating game at that. So, Dirk Cutter got to go. Well, no, I told you I can't call him Dirk Cutter no more. Farmer Fran has to go. Plain and simple.
Bye. Adios.
Oh, I'm about to say.
I was just
Let me
with this basic.
Yeah. But let me go and get a couple more shots before we get back to it. Like I said, we got Rebel, ATL, you know, your boy Dre in the building. Got Lamar Trey.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony Wright in here. And you got Triple G and Muhammad Kane. Hey, what's going on, y'all?
I say that.
What they gonna call him? We're gonna just call him Muhammad K.
Muhammad K. That's it. MK. MK. How about MK?
But like I said, I know y'all see you got a couple of the guys that's trying to make fun of us for being happy with the dub and stuff. Hey, like I said, as a fan, you want to see your team win. I'm not finna cheer for a team losing now.
Exactly. We want any win we can get because y'all know early in the season, all them games we should have won. Dallas jumping around, Dallas fans calling me. I'm like, we didn't pick up an onside kick. Come on, dog. Like y'all ain't really do nothing. We gave the game away. So when we can dominate like we did today, I mean, we dominated the Raiders. That was an old school beatdown. Period. That was an old school beatdown.
Can we be happy one time without you? My bad. I said I was gonna stop. Can we be happy one time without y'all complaining? Like, damn, can we have one? We had a hard.
Let us have our moment. This is it right here.
They never satisfied, man. We never satisfied. But I'm just hyped with the win. But I kind of wanted to jump on Dirk Cutter real quick because Mike went in on him. But I've been telling you guys on our show, you know, every Tuesday night, just to put a plug in, the Atlanta Falcons heavy hitters. We talk about it all the time. It's like with Dirk Cutter, no creativity. Like I talked about it. He has no misdirection in his plays. And that's the biggest thing that I noticed when I watch us play. And then I watch these other offensive coordinators around the league and their offense. We're not seeing no jet sweeps. Like if y'all remember the play where BP scored the touchdown, Brandon Powell, on that play, they had, I think, Russell Gage going in motion. So they had the defense eyes going one way. Matt Ryan looked that way and then threw the ball back to the left. Like you have to have plays like that, misdirection plays where you have these defenders hesitate on who has the football. Like a lot of times on our defense, what puts stress on a defense is eye distance. And I talk about it all the time. Like you want these guys thinking that somebody else has the football. That's the whole purpose of play action is to make them think that it's a run. You snatch it out and you throw it. So this is the same thing, even with our normal pass plays. I'm not seeing any creativity. Like early in the season, y'all remember we had the Wildcat, but we let Russell Gage throw the football. Like we're not seeing none of that creativity. Early in the year, we seen more creativity, but now it's like we went all generic and really watered down on offense. And I really feel like that's what's hurting us. Like if you seen the play where Matt Ryan got sacked, it looked like the same play from the Saints. Everybody was running drag routes. It was literally nobody open, and it was basically a covered sack. Like Matt Ryan had nowhere to go with the football. And I feel like on a lot of these plays, it's too basic. You know, we're not seeing, like I said, any misdirection. We're not making the defense second guess. And I feel like that's the biggest problem with Dirk Cutter is he has no creativity, no imagination. Guys know where the football is going, and you have to run some type of rub routes, something where you can create an advantage for your players. You can't just rely on these guys winning one-on-one matchups all the time. Like you have to do something to create space and get these guys open. And I feel like he didn't do a good job of that. It was only a few plays today where I was like, okay, that was a little bit creative. Like the one play when they threw the screen to Hayden Hurst, that was a little bit creative. And that one play where we scored the touchdown with Brandon Powell, I really like that play because they had Russell Gage running one way, Matt Ryan looking that way, and then throwing back the other way. You have to have plays like that. If you watch Kansas City, if you watch the LA Rams, the teams like that, the high octane offenses, they have misdirection. You need misdirection. You need some type of jet sweep. You need some type of jet sweep, some type of reverse, something, man, to keep these guys from just pinning their ears back and going straight after your quarterback.
Yeah. And like you said, them long developing routes. That's why I said on the Friday show, that's why I said this was his playbook right here. Do you see how these routes look on the right side? These are the routes that he's running on the field right now. And like I said, any quarterback in the NFL, if you ain't got time and your routes take about 15 yards to complete, you gonna get blasted no matter
to the ball.
That's as simple as that.
Forgive me, man. I'm having all kinds of trouble with my camera right now. Flo, I look like a damn ghost, man. This camera is straight tripping right now. I look like damn Casper the Ghost, man.
Shit. I don't know why y'all didn't tell me last time I looked like a generic Grand Theft Auto San Andreas character.
Oh man.
That's fuck. Yeah, that messed up. Y'all supposed to be my Beagles. They tell me I look generic as hell.
Man.
But I'll get to this question though. So looking at the game today, like I said, if you pick one player, who was your MVP and who was your dud today?
Oh man. Y'all want me to take it first? Or y'all want to let J-Rock go with it?
Yeah. I'm gonna let J-Rock hit it off first.
So the MVP of today's game.
Yeah, and who was your dud today?
MVP. It has to be a player. I can't just do the whole defense.
You gotta do one. We
gotta do one. Okay.
Gotta do one. The whole defense.
MVP, I will have to say AJ Terrell because he did have that one hiccup play to Ruggs, and he just let that brush over and just continued to play football throughout the rest of the game. So I would say AJ Terrell. And you said what was the other one?
Or I would say who was your MVP or who was your dud for the day?
Like my dud. My dud.
I already got one. And the motherfucker made me mad today.
A dud. I don't think I have one. I don't think so.
If you ain't got one, if you ain't got one, that's all good. Go ahead, Jim.
All right, so my baller today is going to be Jacob Tatui Mariner because he surprised me. I've been calling for somebody to step up. You know, Tack is gone now, and we know Dante Fowler and Grady Jarrett are going to have to deal with double teams and getting shipped and all of that. So who is going to be that guy that's going to win the one-on-one matchup? And it was Jacob Tatui Mariner today. Like you said, he showed his tail, he balled out, he got a strip sack fumble, and he was all over the field. Like he was hustling, he was doing everything that we need him to do. And to be honest, if he continues to develop, he can be one of those guys that can actually develop into a really good player. And that's why I was telling you guys to give these players time. You hear Mike all the time says, let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see. That was one of Mike's favorite things to say. And Lieutenant Dan used to hate Mike saying that. But I loved it because I'm the same exact way. Like when players are in their first, second year, let these guys develop. Let's wait and see what these guys are going to be. You heard J-Rock talking about my boy Marlon Davidson out of Alabama, War Eagle. He did his thing today. But I told you guys, let this guy get healthy. Let him get some NFL snaps under his belt. Like he just started playing in the NFL. Like these guys need time to develop, point blank in the period. And he showed some signs today that he can be disruptive. So maybe next year he can take it a step forward and he can be a dominant player. But most times, rookies don't come in the league and dominate. That, especially on defense, that's rare. To play defensive line, everybody in the NFL is strong. Everybody in the NFL is quick. So you have to develop technique. In college, you can get away with being stronger, more physical, quicker. That don't work when you get into pro. All these guys are professionals. So today it got to be Jacob Tui Mariner for my guy who gets an MVP like he balled out. The dud of the day is gonna really surprise y'all, and it's my boy Brian Hill. I thought he was gonna have a really good game, but I blame Dirk Cutter because he doesn't know how to get guys open. He doesn't know how to scheme. Y'all already know he don't know how to scheme or running plays. So he made Brian Hill look bad. Like everybody else sit here and be like, I think Ito Smith better than Brian Hill. He had a better game, but to me, he's not a better all-around running back than Brian Hill. But Brian Hill got those 2-3 yards in the cloud of dust today, and I put all of that on Dirk Cutter because he just doesn't know how to call running plays, point blank in the period. So I'm gonna give him the dub just to keep it, just to keep it real. He really didn't do much today, but I blame all of that on Dirk Cutter, not knowing how to scheme plays, running plays. But he'll get my dud of the day because I thought he was gonna play a lot better. I don't think on a lot of those toss plays, if y'all notice, today he actually tried to run outside, but he was just, as Mike was saying, it was too predictable. Every time Brian Hill came in the game, he was trying to toss it to the outside. You have to mix it up. You cannot show your hand. He was showing his hand all day. So I'll get a dud to Brian Hill because I already know who K-Styles gonna go with. So I want to leave that open for him because I always get on that player. So I'll let you have it.
You want to go, Mike, or you want me to go ahead?
Go ahead, because
I'm gonna start off with my dud. And Lord have mercy. And this was a blemish to the defense today. Motherfucking Steven Means.
I knew he was going there.
I got a picture, y'all. I'm letting y'all know.
God.
I got a picture.
Oh, the only thing I saw from Steven Means was jumping off sides and him getting blown off the line. I was like, nah. Cause it was almost between him and Olamide Zaccheaus because he had a bad game today too, as far with a couple key drops. But Means just stood out to me more. And my MVP, hey, I gotta give it to the young Wei Koo. That's it. Field goal, shout.
Yes.
At the end of the day, if we're not scoring points, at least he's putting points on the board.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go with that. What you got, Mike?
y'all already know I'm gonna start with a dud, and I'm gonna keep saying this until I run this business straight into straight to hell. Okay, I'm gonna run this motherfucker straight to hell. I'm gonna run this bitch down their throat like goddamn Travis Henry. All right, Dirk motherfucking Cutter. Until that bitch is gone, I'm gonna keep playing it. I'm gonna keep on saying it. The dude had how are you an offensive coordinator? You're running absolutely the same formations over and over and over. And how many times do we see 4 and 5 outs the whole game? And then you try to come in the damn game and a big set, and they think you gonna try to fool them, and all they gonna do is blitz. That's what they did. Like, how are you that incompetent? How are you that damn? Like, you've been in the league for 20 plus years, and you ran shotgun all game long. And then when you come in the big set, they stuff the play. Why? Because they knew exactly. Absolutely no creativity with the formations. People always talk about, Kansas City. What Kansas City do? This is something that you can combat. Even let's say, if you want to just use shotgun all the time, like if you want to use that 60% of the time, the only way that you can continuously use that formations is you use misdirection. You got to use misdirection. And that's the issue. You don't use misdirection. If you're going to run those plays, you can't have the receiver sitting in the same exact, it's every play. They running the exact same routes, looking the exact same thing. You see no misdirections, no post-snap misdirection, no pre-snap. It's the same stuff over and over again, and you wonder why there's constant pressure on Matt Ryan. That's the reason. There's no creativity. You got to make defenders think, and the defense that you have to make think first. It's the safeties. Safeties, not the linebackers, safeties. But why? Because this passing league changed. It has changed. With the quarterbacks now, like a lot of guys are a lot more accurate. They can read a lot better than what it once was because of film study and whatnot. But like a lot of these things today, man, it's like a lot of things they with the Falcons issue is all creativity with formations. And until he gets that right, until we get that right, I doubt we end up getting it right. So we're gonna see the same. I just pray for Matt Ryan, all right? Lord forgive Dirk Cutter. If he end up something happened to Matt Ryan, like they already talking about death threats on Twitter. People been sending threats. I be positive. But look, I'm just gonna say something. I'll just keep cold on that one. Never mind. I'll just like look. It is what it is at this point. It is what it is.
All right. So if y'all don't know, let's say we got your Rich down here with us. What's going on, player? Did you hear the question? I said, like, who would be your MVP for today, and who did you see that was a dud for the Falcons today?
Definitely Foye, Alucon, pretty much the linebacker core, period. Like we seen Leroy Reynolds, we seen Debo, making his picks. So I definitely got to give it to the whole defense. It was a team effort. We seen what AJ did. They stepped up to the plate. And one thing that I like the way how we took away the main key guys. So we knew coming in, Waller, Jacobs. Mm-hmm. We seen the outcome. Second half, they was MIA. So.
Hey, definitely. So who you think underperformed today?
Underperformed? That's a good question. Dirk Cutter? just a little bit, as far as the first half, the way how we started, ending up with those field goals. Everything plays out for a reason. Everything, it has its own turnout. We obviously would want to see more Ito more involved. I was really impressed with Ito. He definitely stepped up to the plate. They gave him his shot, which I was thankful for that they did. So it's very explosive. So it was good to see that.
Okay, definitely. I'm gonna go ahead and give a couple more shout outs. I saw Terra Falcons in here. TCL got a bag. You got your boy Rebel ATL. I think I said Anthony White already. We're gonna go Cinco Mo.
Ray Sean.
And KG. I was about to say. So what you got next?
What I got next?
No. That's too recent. That's too recent.
Nah, that is nah.
Wow. Y'all wrong. Wow. This is Maggie. I know she did this.
Maggie, you ain't shit for that. I'm gonna let you know that now.
You ain't shit for that.
God. So we're gonna talk about the Nate Robinson getting knocked the hell out.
Man, I don't even think that's even a discussion. I don't even want to talk about that.
No. We good on that one.
We'll need to discuss that, boy. So what
I got a question.
What ain't nothing to talk about?
Hey,
you got KO.
I got a question for all of y'all. I got a question for the panel, real talk. Hey, so say we went out. Let's just say we went out, or say that Arthur Blank, he want to bring in keep Raheem Morris, but we kicking Dirk Cutter out of here. Who do y'all think we could bring in that could be our offensive coordinator if we make Raheem Morris the head coach? Who would y'all like to see us bring in? Because I'm not too sure that a lot of the guys that I like are already offensive coordinators, or I don't think that they'll come to Atlanta just to be an OC again. You know what I'm saying? They probably will want to be the head coach. So do y'all have any like hot takes? You, Mike, Rich, what y'all think about if for whatever reason he decides to stay, you know, as the head coach, or they decide to keep him on? Who do y'all think could possibly be that offensive coordinator?
I absolutely totally disagree with that because look at Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan is a perfect example of why every offensive coordinator in the league is looking at the Atlanta Falcons just like, this is my shot to get right back into the picture for a head coaching job because you got Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Hayden Hurst, and Ito Smith. He's still going to be with the squad next year. Brian Hill will be a free agent. So they got, like, they're looking their chops. That's it. They're looking their freaking chops. Any offensive coordinator in the league is looking at the Atlanta Falcons and saying, look, they got so many weapons right now. Why, like, think about this for a second. Why would you not want to be with the Atlanta Falcons? It's not because of the offense. They have a young offensive line. Jake Matthews is still one of the better tackles in the league. Why wouldn't you, as an offensive coordinator, like, why would you not want to be with the Atlanta Falcons? The only way that I can say you not want to be with the Atlanta Falcons, you want to start over and have your own quarterback. That's it. But the Falcons have everything that you want. A young offensive line that still has their plight, their height. They're still doing that. So, like, I'm looking at an offensive coordinator, especially a motherfucker like Kyle Shanahan. His ass might be fired. He might be fired. You know what I'm saying? This is the perfect time for any offensive coordinator. So Eric Bieniemy, these types of offensive coordinators, they're looking at Falcons. You know, maybe not Bieniemy because he still hasn't had his chance to fail. But I think any experienced offensive coordinator for any team is looking at Atlanta and say, "All right, this is my shot to get my name back in good graces."
Okay, Mike, I don't mean to cut you off. So you're basically saying you don't agree with what I said about they want to be the head coach. You think they will come here and be just be the offensive coordinator, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just the offensive coordinator. Just offensive coordinator.
Okay. What you think, Rich or J Rock? What y'all think about that? Like, what names y'all think are out there that would want to come over and be our OC? Mike say any of them. So that works for me.
Yeah, it works for me too as well. Definitely got to run with Eric Bieniemy. Like, this guy is hot. I know Drew, you made a video on that. You know, pretty much breaking that down pretty much. And why not go with it? Like, he's the best. We got to go with best available. And far as interest with that, so we got to take it. And when we do interview him, we better do everything we got to do to lock that in. And I really believe we're going to do that, honestly.
What about you, J Rock? What you think?
Yeah, I can agree with you guys on that one. But there is one name that I thought about. I was thinking of the Bills offensive coordinator. I think his name is Brian DeBall. What he's able to do with the Buffalo Bills, like, their offense is like really, really good. And I say that because he's familiar with the Falcons in a way because he was there on, I think, the Patriots coaching staff when we had that collapse in the Super Bowl. So I wouldn't mind having Brian DeBall.
Okay. How about you, K Styles? What you think, man? Like an offensive coordinator to bring in. But we know Dirk cut out of here. We already know he out the door.
As long as he's out of here, I don't give a damn who it is, be honest with you. I don't know no names out there. I know everybody talk about Bieniemy and stuff like that. I don't know all the names out there like that, but as long as it ain't Dirk Cutter, we cool. It could be a special teams coach for all I care.
Yeah. I feel you, man.
I'm just because the only reason why I say that too, because you gotta have somebody that's gonna think out the box out here. And like I said, it might not necessarily be an offensive genius kind of guy. It could be a special teams guy, but it has to be somebody that these players can look up to and respect and know that they get held accountable on the offensive side and put players in the best position to be successful, because you don't need to run offenses based on like your players. You want to scheme them. So if a main guy is out and your scheme is good, the next man up can step in and act like ain't nothing ever been left out.
Right.
And that's what we've been missing. Because with Julio out, it's a different offense. With Calvin out,
they're in the comments. Dirk Cutter, man, like y'all going in on Dirk Cutter in the comment. Good God, boy.
Hey,
Yeah,
you know what's
I was looking at that too.
Exactly. Now, remember, it's former friend, not Dirk Cutter.
Farmer friend.
But like I said, we gotta be able to scheme these guys open and stuff like that, because you don't want Matt. Like I said, Matt Ryan is taking all these sacks. His offensive line be looking bad at times because you have these long developing routes, and this playbook ain't worth jack shit. This is the same playbook they used in Tampa Bay with Jameis Winston, pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
No.
Just to add on to that, speaking of coaches, I feel like the Green Bay coach, offensive coordinator, I don't really know his name. If one of you guys may know.
Matt LaFleur. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so we'll see. I like the way how they use Adams. They got a nice relationship and chemistry. Of course, it's Aaron Rodgers, but just having that scheme on knowing how to get the guys that need to touch the ball, get the ball. Like, there should be no reason why at times with Calvin Ridley, he gets, he just goes MIA sometimes when we know, compared to, just to bring up Eric Bieniemy, but with Tyreek Hill, you're going to get the ball. Like, it's a scheme.
I completely agree. A name I want to throw out there that I think a lot of people are overlooking is Arthur Smith. He's the offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans. I think he's a guy that's really creative as well. He's one of those guys. I don't know as a head coach how he would be, but I think if he came over as our offensive coordinator like he is over there in Tennessee, we already know that he knows how to run the ball because Derrick Henry and them guys be getting off. But he also has a lot of good receivers over there in Tennessee. A.J. Brown, a lot of guys don't talk about Tennessee's offense as far as them passing, but he basically helped Ryan Tannehill get a new contract, real talk. Last year they made that deep playoff push. Yeah, they had a great defense, but their offense wasn't too shabby either. They have a pretty good offense over there in Tennessee, and he's really creative. I don't know how much of a leader he is, so that's why I don't know about him being a head coach. But maybe coming in to be our offensive coordinator, I know he's really creative. He knows how to get his playmakers involved and get them the ball and scheme guys open and stuff like that. So I think that's a name that's kind of like a dark horse that a lot of people are overlooking. But I think he's a guy that could bring something different, bring some of them misdirection, bring some of that wildcat, like I'm talking about, like use Todd Gurley, use Brian Hill in that wildcat, use Russell Gage to let him throw the football. Like we see these guys have talent, like use the talent that they have, like catch the defense off guard at times. That's what, we don't have no type of surprise element in our offense whatsoever. Like everybody knows what we're doing.
I doubt he leave the Titans. Look, that man ain't won no championship. Why would he not? That man leave for a head coaching job, millions of dollars, and a head coaching job, and he's just gonna stay in Tennessee to be an offensive coordinator just because Derrick Henry is there? Like, come on, man. We're seeing this time and time. Offenses and coaches will leave in the middle of the night. Don't give a damn about none of his players just to get a head coaching job. How many times have we seen that from all coaches?
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Mike. I'm saying I don't know if he would agree to come over just to be our OC.
No, I'm talking about the comments. Yeah, people are saying that. Okay. Why not? Yeah, why not?
Gotcha.
I thought this comment was funny. Man, I'd rather have Dirk Nowitzki than Derek Cutter at the moment.
Oh, about to get to it. Y'all ain't shit for that. Oh my god, man! Yeah, they really going there. This guy talking about Arthur Blank for OC.
And that's funny though because Arthur Blank has been on the field lately. He like, man, I can do this.
Every fourth quarter.
But I don't know. But you want that mafia? You want a mafia boss? That's a OC.
He be out there half full chop blocking. People leaving chop blocking.
Dirk Cutter would be Arthur Blake would be the first OC with a suit on the sideline with a headset on. Dog.
Exactly. Motherfucker got goons in the back waiting on you. Oh man, God, y'all are crazy, man. Hey, keep them coming too, cause yeah, we'll bag on Dirk Cutter all day now.
Hey, I don't know if some of you guys seen it in the chat. We were talking about it. Did y'all see that Ricardo Allen shimmy though after that big hit?
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see.
I don't know that
Christian Blake be doing that too.
Yeah, but Christian Blake almost threw his arms out trying to shimmy to put that first down, boy. I kid
this
you
one
not.
right here. Can y'all see this?
Oh
yeah.
Hold on, where's that? Right there.
Yeah, we see.
He needed some Geritol after that.
And then I think this is the one he did against Carolina.
Yeah.
Give me.
That shit. That
So-
looked like he got a glitch in the program, bro.
Blake.
I don't know what to say about that one. But yeah, like I said, hey, the offensive coordinator ain't finna, out of Tennessee ain't finna go away from Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough to pull away.
I completely disagree. That money talk bullshit walk. They don't give a fuck about it. If that man ain't paying, if that man ain't putting money in his pocket, they don't give a damn about no Derrick Henry, no Deion Sanders, or nobody else. It's about that money, bro. That man making a couple of $100,000 and he can get a position with any team for $2, $3, $4 million. Come on, bro. Who the hell like that man ain't Derrick Henry ain't paying him. Derrick Henry ain't putting no money in his pocket. Why the hell he gonna stay? Come on, bro. Let's be real.
Because Derrick
You
Henry
see that
is
all the time in the NFL and every sport. In every sport. If you ain't putting money in my pocket, who cares?
That Big Low?
So Big Low,
Big
what
Low
you
in the
got,
house.
Big Low? What you got, Big Low?
What
I
in the
see Big
world?
Low on this thing. What's good?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on? What in the world?
What in the world, bro?
What up?
Man, I was sitting there watching the game. I was drinking some sugarcane juice and strawberries because that's our Kool-Aid down here. And I said, "What in the world, man? These boys trying to play some ball today, man."
Hey, man. They did.
Man.
43. No, they put 43. 43 points. Well, 43.
43
Come on,
Forty
burgers.
of those things, bro. 40
I'm
of
about
those things.
37.
Man, what y'all think about this game, man? Before I put my 2 cents in, what do y'all think?
We didn't
Hey,
already.
we put yours in. Put yours in right now. Give us the coach version of what happened, man. Let us know what you got.
I feel like today we were very lucky to be playing Derek Carr in one of the worst games of the season for him. I feel like anybody else, we wouldn't be able to make those. We wouldn't be able to play like that and win by this kind of margin. And there was one time when he fumbled, he just bumped into somebody from his own team, and we fumbled. We recovered that fumble. But man, in those red zone situations, man, we got to put these points on the board, man. Old Koo kicking so much, we knocking his knee out of socket, man. That boy, that man's kicking so much kicks, the man's knee is swelling up over there on the sideline. He got to tie it up, man. But hey, this is this kind of game right here. It's the type of game where teams this is where they build confidence at. You know, whenever you make a good play or make a few good plays, to Tua Mariner, you know, I mean that man was balling, man. I seen them violent hands that I always talk about that he had on that strip sack. I mean, you know, whenever you do plays like that, you think about that all week long, and all you want to do is go
Yeah,
out there and
wax
do it
on, wax
again.
off, bro.
So I mean, hey, wax on, wax off, Mr. Miyagi. You already know what time
They
it is.
already know.
But yeah, man. It was a really good win. It was one of those. It was one of those wins that we hadn't seen in a long time, where Matt Ryan didn't have to ball out. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
you always love to see a good team win like that, man. You always love to see.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
but
hey, Low. Tell him
yo,
really what it is, man. You cut your hair, man. You know how it go.
oh yeah,
You know how it
I
is.
had
You
to go
cut your hair,
ahead.
we winning.
I had to go ahead and take that thing on down even more, man. I had to take it on down even more. But hey, man, uh, you know, I'm really excited about this Saints game because we're actually going to have film. We're actually going to have film to look at now with Taysom Hill. So you know, it's not going to be the new thing out the box. Y'all know anytime y'all get those new electronics, you know, you always have to read that instruction manual now. So we gonna know what to do with them now. So I'm really excited about that though. So look, man, you know, one week at a time. Let's go ahead and run it. And
Yes,
and,
sir.
and for everybody at home, I apologize. I'm actually I'm actually coming back home from the country. I've been back down south for the last week. I just had to come on and chop it up with y'all, man. Because I was listening to the show. I said, man, those guys, they having too much fun without the old dog. The old dog got to come on here and jump on with y'all, man.
Yeah. As long as you ain't
Man.
doing that Ricardo Allen shimmy, we good.
Yeah, I don't want you doing that.
Oh man. Man, I'm gonna have to show y'all the Coach Low shipping one day, man. One of these days, I'm gonna have to, you know, we get on a little winning streak. I'm gonna have to show y'all that Coach Low shipping.
Hey, I got it. I'll try.
I'll get on. I'll do it my damn self.
Man, but man, I tell you one thing though, man, those guys are flying around the field though, man. I mean, my homeboy Jew, he said it in the chat, man. On Fourier, he looked like he's trying to eat somebody's lunch out there.
Mm-hmm.
He solidified his Pro Bowl.
That man.
Yeah, he really did. He really did. He really did. I mean, he's doing it all. He's doing it on all three levels, man. I mean, he's getting to the quarterback. He's stopping the run. He's playing pass coverage. Man, I remember one time I seen him go to the sideline and make a hot dog one time. I said, dog, this guy's doing everything.
Hey, man.
But
hey, he lights out right now, man. I don't see nobody else that's doing it.
Yeah, he really is, man.
What can you
He's
say?
playing some real good ball. Real good ball, man. You love to see it, man. You love to see it because that's something that we haven't had in a long time. You know, two good linebackers like that. You know, yeah, I mean that's kind of football I love to see right there, man. Because I mean, y'all seen it's like our secondary, they didn't have to play lights out. Like AJ Terrell, I mean that he got his man today. That boy was balling today.
Hey, man.
I think Mike said it in the chat that pass that Ruggs got on him, that was just a 50-50 ball. But you gotta give that man credit that he was right there. Because Ruggs, that I seen Ruggs one time, that boy ran so fast, it looked like both his feet was off the ground at the same time one time. I said, boy, this boy running like somebody threw fish grease on him. Yeah, man. Yeah.
He was a freak athlete.
And AJ was right with him. Yeah, AJ was right with him.
Mm-hmm.
If he went to the bathroom, he would have handed him the toilet paper.
Hey.
Yeah.
I think one thing too. one thing I think a lot of people are really not giving them a lot of credit, man. But we said this earlier in the show, but this is what we need from Keanu, man. That dude was knocking people heads clean. Like he had receivers, running backs thinking twice. Like, oh my God, like this is what you want from your strong safety, man. This dude was blitzing. He was just anytime you have a safety that makes you think twice about catching a ball, like they did not want to run. Anything that came across the middle, they knew they was going to have to see Keanu. And to see him knock, I don't know who was on the goal line, bro. He's done that shit. He's done that crap so many times where he's like they're inch away from the goal line, and you think, oh, he better score. Keanu, I call him Wolverine because it seems like he got animanium in his damn, like his whole skeleton is just animanium. No, it's not bones. It's just animanium. When he hits somebody, you're going backwards. No ifs, ands, or buts. Don't matter the size, you're going backwards. That's what you need, and that's what we've been missing from this team. That physicality. Even looking at Marlon Davidson when he came in, bro, he made his presence felt. I was so proud of the young guys, John Kaminsky. They made their presence felt. Even your boy at Bailey. Let's give Bailey some credit. Let's give him some credit. He's not the fastest guy. He's not the most athletic guy. He's not. Look, it's nothing special about him. But this dude is freakishly strong. He was just getting after the quarterback with just pure brute strength. You know how difficult that is for a defensive lineman to just use their strength to get after him, right? Bro, yes. Yeah. Oh my God. I was just so proud of that defensive line and just they came to whoop some clean. And like I said, a lot of people say that Dante Fowler is just it's been a bust. I totally disagree. Wholeheartedly disagree. This dude has been the absolute, like, that mentality. We always say we need that guy with that dog, and a lot of people saying that's going to be Marlon Davidson. I totally disagree with that. That dog on our team that gets everybody ready and had blood flowing, that juices flowing, Dante Fowler. You saw it. They play with a whole new attitude, energy on the defensive side of the ball when he came back. So I got to give it to him.
Yeah, I can definitely agree. Keanu, man, he looking like rookie Keanu. He just lurking and just flying out there, just bringing the pursuit, like the pursuit game. Like he's there. Like somebody catches it, yeah, you going to go negative yards if he's in that area. Like he's laying the smackdown on somebody for real. So yeah, definitely. Absolutely. So I got a question for everybody here and in the chat. Do we bring Keanu Neal back? Do we sign him?
Absolutely.
Do we all agree to bring him back?
Absolutely. And I'm glad you guys even brought up Kiki in the first place, because even when he came in as a rookie, the main guy who he was training with and who he looked up to is who? Dan. You feel me? Ken Chancellor. Like they worked out together, training, and then you see the similar playing style with that. And it's great fundamentals. You see them lowering the shoulder. And the main thing, that's one thing that's not easy to do, making plays like that. That's one.
Yes.
You got to have perfect hit, the power, and even knowing the sticks, knowing where to
go. Talk to him, linebacker.
You know,
talk to him, linebacker.
And AJ showed that too. AJ know the sticks. See how AJ make them plays?
Talk to him, linebacker. Talk to him.
Yeah, defensive captain, man. I feel general. I was a field general, man.
We got real players and coaches in this thing, all right? So everybody say that we don't know what we're talking about. We got people who actually been around the game, played the game, and like we look, man, this is the reason why we bring on a lot of NFL players. Look, we look, man, we know what we're doing, man. We know what we're talking about. And like I said, man, just kind of reiterate, kind of expand on what he was saying about Keanu Neal, man. And as a linebacker and as a coach, man, I think you guys can get a great appreciation for this. His Keanu technique, he never just leads with his head. You know what I'm saying? He very seldom just lead with his head. He always hits you with that damn shoulder, and he doesn't put himself in harm's way. And that's what you want out of the linebackers and safety, like just your secondary these days, because of these neck injuries. Everybody running so fast. Everybody running 4.4, 4.5. Like that's what you get. So Keanu is just a perfect safety. He's a perfect safety in this current NFL, man.
Yeah. I mean, because I know y'all remember after, the whole CTE situation, and they started pushing the whole heads up football movement, which y'all haven't seen for the last couple of years. I don't know if anyone's noticed that, but you watch Keanu Neal play, like he does keep that head up. And one thing that I've noticed about Keanu, he never has those big upper body injuries. Defensive backs that have those upper body injuries, like those necks, head, kind of like the Raiders player that hurt his head earlier, the first play of the game. I mean, he came, that boy had his head lowered like he was a bull, like a bull in heat. He ain't had no business with his head down there like that. And you know what I'm saying? You never see Keanu with those kind of injuries. Because, I mean, and I know my homeboy right here beside me, who used to play that inside backer. Look, whenever you leave with your head, man, you just putting yourself at risk and somebody else. That's why God made shoulder pads, man. That's why God made shoulder pads. Whenever you pop them pads, that's what they're for. They're put there so you won't hurt yourself. And that's definitely what Keanu does. And you seen Ricardo Allen made the most beautiful pop today. I thought it was, man, boy, a tear came out of my eye when I see him cross that body like that with that shoulder. I was like, man, that's beautiful. Because it was textbook. It was textbook. But yeah, man, it's like, Keanu, he brings the wood, but he doesn't do it maliciously. He's just playing ball, and that's something that you gotta love, man. That's something that you gotta love. You hate seeing anybody get hurt.
Comeback player of the year.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that too. He's definitely the comeback player of the year. Definitely for our team. That him and Chris Lindstrom too. Definitely him too.
Yeah.
Oh man, Chris Lindstrom is ball this year.
Man, y'all see Gary over there though?
Some dude said Keanu was trash. Who was that?
Yeah, I seen that too. I just see.
That's the same guy. That's the same guy that said every Falcon on our team is garbage. I think he.
Yeah, you gotta ignore people though.
Yeah, like I said, he do it all the time, so we kind of ignore him.
Salute to you though.
Thanks for watching though. We appreciate it.
I think I think he wished the Falcons go 0-16 every year for some reason. I don't know.
There's people like that. There's people like that. Those are part of the Matt Ryan haters. Like they're in that category. Like,
oh, that's cool because you know what? Guess what they doing, y'all. Guess what they all doing. Them haters, everybody, they giving us them views. We'll take them.
But here's the thing.
It's all love, man.
From now on, everybody who comes that's hating and trolling, if you just hear me say thanks for watching, that's my code words, and y'all know what I would probably say in our Atlanta Falcons Nation chat. But if I just say thanks for watching, yes, exactly. Mike knows. If I just say thanks for watching, y'all already know what's happening.
But here's the thing, though. It's those same, like certain fans, they'll say a lot of our players suck, but they'll still watch the team. So they'll criticize it just enough to where it seems like they're not with them, but they'll hold on long enough to say, okay, if things turn around, they say, oh, I've been with that team.
Yeah.
And I notice, and I see a lot of them out here in the street too. So I was saying, ain't nothing new.
Yeah. You probably go look in their closet. They got all 32 teams in there.
Look, whoever win the Super Bowl gonna wear that jersey for the whole offseason.
Exactly.
Until they start losing again.
The team win the Super Bowl, they get naked for them. Exactly.
What you call the coach? Say it again.
Because I see a lot of. I know that there were. Talk about whenever people try to jump on the bandwagon, they be getting naked.
They be getting naked. Yeah.
Good nigga.
Yeah, they be getting naked. Y'all need to start getting naked for these teams. Y'all ain't got nothing to do with them. Y'all probably couldn't even tell us who their offensive coordinator is. But, oh man, yeah,
Mhm.
Kansas City Chiefs. Man, I've been a Chiefs fan. I've been a Chiefs fan ever since COVID started. You ain't know that, man? Yeah, I was a Chiefs fan back in March. Like what? What you talking about?
Dang,
I need to start getting naked and doing dances.
Dang, so they switching more coats and sweaters than Mr. Rogers be doing on the
You
show.
already,
It's a beautiful
you
day.
already know it, Rob.
But at the end of the day, like I said, they watching us. So hey, we appreciate it every week.
Thanks for watching.
Yep. Hey, so I got a question to add on to the Keanu Neal thing. Of course, we bringing him back, but okay, so two questions. What type of contract and what type of money? Even though we don't have a whole lot, like what kind of contract would you guys like to see from, our higher ups to give Keanu Neal?
I say give him like somewhere between. I'll say like a 3-year deal. I would give him the bag, but I wouldn't go crazy with it. I would give him like a 3-year deal because he's had his injuries. And because he had those injuries, I'm looking like a 2 or 3-year deal, but a deal that has incentives in it. So if he gets injured, you're not really like affecting your cap that much. But he's earned it to me. Like he's proven this year that what Mike was saying, like you want that safety that's going to instill fear. Like you need somebody on that third level that they know if I come across this middle, I might catch the football, but I'm gonna leave this game with a headache. Like you want them thinking about that. I might get a concussion. You want them thinking about if I come across this middle and I stretch out, he might have as Big Low would say, I might have a McRib sandwich. If I reach out for this ball, he about to eat these ribs up. You want guys thinking about that. So I think you give him like a 3-year deal and you give him some incentive laden. You got to play so many games. You got to get so many tackles, so many interceptions, so many forced fumbles where he can like get more money in his contract. But I wouldn't give him a ton of guaranteed money. But I'm saying like a 2 to 3-year deal because he's had those 2 horrific injuries. One thing I love about Keanu Neal, though, is he's a leader. He's one of those guys on and off the field. He don't do a whole bunch of talking. But when he get between those white lines, he's a land shark. Like he's out there, he gonna bring the wood, and like Big Low said, he do it in the right way. Like he's always gonna play with the correct leverage. He's not out there trying to hurt anybody. But you guys remember when he hit when we were playing in Seattle, and Jimmy Graham, a big dude, and he knocked that man to next week. He knocked him in the next week. So that play right there shows you what type of leverage that he plays with. And Big Low know this, Coach Low know this. They always say the low man wins. And Keanu Neal knows how that leverage of being a low man. He knows how to get low. He knows how to use them shoulder pads, and he knows how to hit. So I say bring him back because he's also a guy that can mentor the kid Hawkins that we had. I seen Hawkins get in the game later on in the game, and I think Jalen Hawkins could be one of those guys that can be a future safety for our team. Yeah, he had a sack at the end of the game. He had a sack. Yeah, he got a sack. But he's another guy that Keanu Neal could kind of take under his wing. He could be one of those guys that we can play in certain sets, like when we're running like a big nickel or something like that. He's another guy that can be one of those box safeties, and he's a guy that's physical as well, and he can learn from Keanu Neal. So I think bringing Keanu Neal, it'll be a plus in two ways. Not only will he continue to be a star player for us, but he can be one of those guys like a Julio Jones that can mentor these other safeties on the team.
Yeah. I definitely agree with you, Juice. I'm thinking like maybe 2 years, J-Rock. Because I mean, just like Juice said, those injuries that Key had, you know, he's one of those people you kind of got to take it a couple of years at a time. But I definitely feel like he needs to get paid. He definitely deserves it. Like whenever his play improved, the whole defense turned around. So, I mean, I think we should definitely keep him.
Yeah.
I'll probably do it more so on the 1 year prove-it deal, like a 1 year, maybe 8 mil. Like you said, have some incentives to it. Because like I said, even though he's having a good year this year, you still want him to prove that he can do it the next year. So it'll definitely, like I said, and that, like I said, I can't really see 2 years. I say 1 year would probably be more realistic.
Yeah. I would say it depends on the money situation as far as how everybody else and what we can cuts. It really depends. It's kind of hard to judge this early because we still got a couple of games to play. You never know what could happen, so it all depends, really.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. And the reason, and to go along with what K Styles said, it's like the reason I said that 2 year deal, is because you got to remember this is the NFL. A 2 year deal is basically a 1 year deal because they can just go ahead and cut bait and be like, well, okay, this isn't working out. We're just going to keep on moving forward. And then it's like, if it is a 2 year deal, and if we decide to move on from him after those 2 years, we still got Jalen Hawkins waiting in the wings, who hasn't his contract hasn't reached maturity yet. So we could have keep him under those Costco prices for 1 year, and then moving forward, figure out if he's the guy, and then try to keep progressing.
Well,
I can't. Anybody got something
hey,
else?
man,
Pretty much, I would say you guys pretty much just said everything. I agree with you guys. Being that we talking about safety still, and we like to move around our DBs in the secondary. Do you guys think Jalen Hawkins or Isaiah Oliver can play free safety? I'm just asking. Just want to know your opinion on that.
Or if Jalen Hawkins has the
I believe
range.
so. I believe.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Mike.
Definitely free safety.
Go ahead, Drew. Go.
Now, I don't know if Jalen Hawkins has the range to play the free safety. I have to see a little bit more out of him. He may, but I haven't seen enough of his tape, and I haven't seen enough of him in the Falcons uniform playing the free safety role. If they gave him a shot, he maybe could. One thing that I like about Isaiah Oliver, though, is his tackling ability. I don't know how well as far as his ball skills, because personally at that free safety position, we've all been kind of talking about it on the heavy hitters. I kind of want the Falcons to draft the free safety, because I feel like we really need that player that's like a playmaker. And I don't know if Isaiah Oliver is a playmaker on the football. I think he's a good tackler, but to me, that's really more of a strong safety role, to be a guy that's coming down and hitting. You do want your free safety to do it all, but I don't know if Isaiah Oliver has the ball skills, because when you're that free safety, you're like the last line of defense. Your job is, if everybody get burnt, you don't get burnt. And Isaiah Oliver really hasn't been known for that, and from getting from one hash to another hash and intercepting a pass or something like that. And that's pretty much where him and I think like a Ricardo Allen are similar. He's a lot bigger than Ricardo Allen, but I don't know if he has the foot speed, and I don't know if he has the ball skills that I would like in a free safety. When you're talking free safety, I want a baller back there. Somebody like a Tyrann Mathieu, somebody that's a game changer. Earl Thomas, that's going to go take the football away. And I don't know if Jalen Hawkins or Isaiah Oliver, either one of those guys, have that. I know both of those guys are physical, and both of them can tackle, but I don't know about being a starter as a free safety.
I don't care about ball skills at a safety. I need guys with range. Range is more important than taking the ball away. You got to be in the spot. You got to be in the spot. Coaches always teach this. If you're not in your spot, you lessen your chances actually getting turnovers and whatnot. Like, if you're not in your spot, you're not getting turnovers. So I need a safety who's going to be in the spot, and that's been the issue with the Falcons safety this year, especially with Ricardo Allen not being able to get to a spot. So I don't care about his hands. I don't care about any of that. Keanu Neal doesn't have the best hands, but he's always in that spot. And it's all about being able to hit the ball out of his hand, get the ball out of his, like knocking the ball down, either hitting the guy. I think Isaiah Oliver definitely has those attributes, but like a lot of times when you're talking about safeties anyway, any guys in the secondary, most of these guys, like even that's the reason why you're on the defensive side of the ball, because your hand fucking sucks. Like, let's be real. So oftentimes you're not going to have those guys with great hands. So I don't care about turnovers. I think you can get turnovers with excellent tackling, as we saw, stripping the ball away, getting key stops, and swatting the ball down, in key situations. That's what I care about most. So I want guys with the range and the ability to just see and diagnose things. Because one thing about Ed Reed, everybody say Ed Reed was just this interception machine. Yeah, he had his picks, but one thing about Ed Reed, he could diagnose and get to every spot on the field. That wasn't a thing that he could not do. That what made Ed Reed special, his range. That's what made Honey Badger so great. He doesn't get a ton of interceptions anymore. He's always in range. That's all. That's what safety is all about. Be in your spot. So we need to focus on, like I said, I think people love turnovers. I know a lot of people love, touchdowns, and I think that's why a lot of people say, "Oh, Julio, Nuke is better than Julio." Why? Because he's just getting the shiny nickel. You know what I'm saying? Like Big Low always say that. He always say about the shiny nickels, man. The shiny nickels. Let's stop falling in love with the shiny nickels and the interceptions and all that. Interception don't mean nothing, because we seen what happened to KZ. Led the league in interceptions. And guess what? He still was unable to get to a lot of balls. So I could care less. Like, I seriously could care less about a safety who can get picks, because all we're looking at is another Thomas Deku. We don't need that bullshit no more, okay? We don't need that ever again.
You didn't just say that name. Yeah. Tell me you did not just say that name.
I said it because of you. I said that just because of you.
You see, you gonna make me put the picture up, man. So these folks can realize what kind of guy Deku was. And like I said, KZ's problem is like Lowe said about Michael Walker before the season started, about how he used to get his interception off of tips and shit. That's KZ right there. Okay, he can get the interception, but out of that one interception per game, how many times is he out of position the rest of the game? Just like I said.
He had to change draws 3 times because they kept getting burnt out.
Yeah.
Hey, you say they were Fruit of the Loom, Haynes, or what?
The white Fruit of the Loom. The ones that kept getting holes in them.
You gonna tell that boy to wear some tighty whities then, maybe he'll stay in position.
You know, the old white fruit.
Somebody said here, I like
for the blue lines.
Yeah.
Somebody here said, I like KZ, just wondering if he's better at corner. He came in at corner, if I'm correct.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. And he wanted to play corner too.
Yeah, he was a slot for a minute, if I'm correct, for a little bit, right? Just a little bit, not a whole lot of games.
He wanted to play corner though.
Yeah, he ain't ready for that. He ain't ready for that. Now I got a question for my homeboy Rich and my homeboy Jude. Now, since we've been getting more pressure on the quarterbacks, and look, K-Style, J-Rock, Mike, y'all feel free to answer this as well now. So, have y'all noticed anything different about our defensive line since we've been getting pressure on the quarterback more?
Yes.
Yeah.
What have y'all noticed different?
They're moving people around. I'm seeing new names every down. It's not the same load. It's people are being rotated around. So I think a lot of people are getting their shine at different spots. That's what I'm seeing lately, especially today. Definitely today.
Yeah, definitely guys stepping up to the plate. Pretty much, I see more effort. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the main thing as a defender. If you have effort and you playing with maximum effort, like for all 4 quarters of the game, and that's what I felt like that I seen from the defense. I was able to see some sort of an identity. You know what I'm saying? If we be consistent with this, who knows? Scoring touchdowns, putting points on the board on defense. That's huge.
Yeah.
But effort is what I think.
What I've
But in,
noticed the last couple of games, just for the defensive line, since they've been getting pressure, it's helping the secondary. Like I talked about it all the time, that they work hand in hand. Like when you getting pressure and when you get in there faster, that ball has to come out a lot faster. So I've talked about it before. Like everybody was saying early in the season, like our secondary is trash, Isaiah Oliver's trash, these guys are trash. But it's like when there's no pressure getting on the quarterback and they don't have to move off their spot and they can just sit there in the pocket and they have all day to scan the whole field, eventually somebody's going to break open. So the main thing I've noticed is the coverage. We've been playing a lot more tight coverage, man-to-man coverage. Because today, like you said, every time it looked like a receiver was catching the ball, when they were going to the bathroom, as you said, AJ Terrell was right there handing them the toilet paper. Like he was on everybody. Even that play where they were trying to review it to see if Winfro had caught the ball on the sideline, AJ Terrell was right there with great coverage. He was doing a good job. One thing I like about AJ Terrell is he understands leverage, he understands angles, and he does a good job of not panicking when the ball is coming. A lot of times with cornerbacks, when that ball gets there, they panic. Like if you remember, I think it was Henry Ruggs that was running that deep route, and AJ Terrell just jumped straight up like he was a wide receiver and tried to catch the ball. He didn't even look at Henry Ruggs at all. He just went up and tried to catch the ball and made it more difficult for him to catch the ball. He didn't tug, he didn't grab, he just looked for the football. And I think AJ Terrell does that. Yeah, exactly. He does. Yeah, exactly. He does a great job of his awareness. I think that's the biggest thing that I noticed with AJ Terrell. He has great ball awareness. He always is looking for the football. He's not really paying no attention to what the receiver's doing. So what I've noticed with the pressure, them collapsing that pocket like they did today, to me, like Mike was saying, I was seeing guys basically pushing that offensive line back with brute strength. I don't know how many times I've seen that pocket collapse on that one play that Big Low was talking about when Derek Carr tried to throw the ball, he fumbled. None of our players even touched him. He ran into his own player. They were just pushing him back and collapsing that pocket. He had nowhere to go. He had nowhere to run. So that's what I've noticed is that the tight coverage, the coverage is getting a lot better. But I feel like it has a lot to do with that front seven. That pressure that they're creating, they don't have time to look and scan the field. They have to get that ball out a lot quicker than they were having to early on.
Yeah.
Well,
Now, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
yeah, let me. I think the change that I've seen in the defense is like the defensive line is they realize who the playmakers are on defense, which is Foye Oluokun and Deion Jones, and they're doing a better job of keeping the offensive lineman off of them. Therefore, they can make more plays on the ball, and that's why you've seen today with a lot of those screens and the toss plays and whatnot. Those weren't going for any. They weren't really going for big yards. Why? Because you're using bigger, stronger defensive linemen who are excellent at setting the edge, and this is why a lot of people wonder, like, why the hell we got Stephen Means playing, because Stephen Means is an excellent edge setter. He's a disciplined defensive lineman. Tyler Davidson speak for himself. Grady Jarrett speak for himself. Dante Fowler, again, he's one of those better edge setters and run defenders. He can get after the quarterback also, but that's what he does best. And when you keep those linemen off of your linebackers, you allow your linebackers to make plays, and that's why you see Deion Jones and Foye Oluokun coming on blitzes. You use them in like different types of blitzes as well as seeing them in coverage. And the dude got a pick six. Sitting there reading the quarterback. And like anytime you keep those offensive linemen off of the linebackers, man, and you recognize who your playmakers are, I think that's the issue that Dan Quinn had. He thought that Ricardo Allen and those guys were the playmakers. they weren't the playmakers. 4-year-old Olakun and Deion Jones, they are the playmakers. Now he's doing what he's doing best is hiding even Isaiah Oliver. We haven't heard his name in God knows what, 4 or 5 now. Nobody's saying he sucks now. Ain't nobody saying nothing about Isaiah Oliver. Why? Because he's recognizing who is like he's playing to these guys' strength. This is why I always get so angry with Dirk Cutter, because he's not maximizing these guys' talent. He's not playing to their strength. And that's the issue with Dan Quinn. He was trying to force those guys to get upfield. Raheem Morris isn't forcing them to get upfield. He's forcing them. He's playing to their strength. A lot of these guys are they win by strength. Stephen Means win by strength. Bay wins by strength. Yeah. Grady Jarrett wins by strength and quickness, hand quickness, and as well as Tyler Davidson. Those 4 guys who win with brute strength, and he's not forcing these guys to go outside of what they do best. And like that's the change what I see in the defense. He's playing to the player strengths, and that's something that I always say with Rex Ryan, and that's why Rex Ryan will always be one of the greatest defensive coaches of all time. Is because he plays to his players' strength, period, point blank, and that's why you're seeing the change for the Falcons defense. They even played well against the Saints last week, but the offense couldn't get anything going, so it was like they got outshined.
Wait a minute. I just saw something on here. I want y'all to kind of get on this shit right quick. Look what this guy said. Eric Daniels said, trade Deion Jones for a proven respectable corner. Linebackers we got will hold it down.
Did you not see the pick six? Like, the dude got a pick six. Let's just trade the guy.
Why would you bring up
real life Forrest Gump? I don't know what the hell y'all be thinking sometimes, but y'all say some of the dumbest stuff.
They play too much damn Madden, but you can't ruin you can't ruin a good linebacker chemistry that we got going right now. Just like Mike said earlier, this is arguably the best duo. We got Alul Khan and Deion. Like, why would you ruin that chemistry?
Now,
3. I see you, Jude. 3.
All of the best trio.
All 3 of y'all.
Yeah, don't leave Michael Walker out of there. Michael Walker balling too.
Yeah,
so add him into that.
I see him. I see him.
I'm a boy right there.
I just want to let y'all know that the reason why I asked y'all that question is because I've noticed one thing as a coach, and all of y'all hit on it. So since we made those changes, and the changes that I'm talking about is the way that we're lining up pre-snap. So I've noticed that we're lining up in the 5 technique and in the 7 technique, and it's kind of like what Mike touched on. It's like, we're not lining up in that wide 9. Sometimes it look like wide 11 sometimes, but since we're not like, it's like they're actually trusting the linebackers to make those plays, because it's like I used to tell my defensive line all the time that your linebackers are the running backs of the defense. The same way though. And Rich, Rich,
yeah,
you heard this speech before.
Hold him down. Hey guys, come here. Stop.
Rich, no. Go ahead and let that boy go out there, be pretty, and make some plays. Keep him clean.
Yeah.
But make him bring them shoulder pads back out.
But yeah, man. But that's one thing that I've noticed. I noticed we're lining up in that 7 technique, that 5 technique, not lining up out wide. We're just trying to collapse those pockets instead of, we're just going to use speed to beat you. We're just going to get upfield and see what happens. Like, y'all know how often we would, Vic Beasley would rush and he's 7 yards behind the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Back there doing the tango with the defensive, with the offensive lineman. Like, you know,
Right.
football don't got to be complicated. Let's just go ahead and line up, and everybody do their job, and moving forward, we'll see what happens. We got the playmakers, we got the speed. And it's really been working. It's really been working. So like, if y'all have a chance to look at some film or just watch this game over again, just look and see where everybody's lined up, and y'all definitely tell the difference.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, it's those, and like I said, that's them little things. That's the difference between being a good defense and being a bad defense, is that little detail, like you said, Coach. So I definitely
Yeah,
agree on that one.
yeah, because it's like we're still like for a long time we were still lining up like Vic Beasley was on the team. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? We were still lining up out
Mm-hmm.
real wide. Like, why is Stephen Means lined up in a 9 technique? I could probably beat him in a foot race, but I mean, why? There's no need to do that. We don't gotta play. I hate pretty defensive lineman football. Let's just get in here and throw these hands and see if we can get to this quarterback. That's all we gotta do. What in the world, man?
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, this is the part of the show where we're heading to the end of. Like I said, we appreciate everybody tuning in, getting our thoughts on the game. Like I said, it's a good W for the Falcons. And like I said, we're going to let the guys here on the panel, like I said, remember, you got the coach down here, Bit Low Country Sports. He said he spelled it with a Kuntry because he country as hell. You got Mr. J Rock for life on the side of me. Like I said, hey, we call him the Twitch guy. So that's going to be his new name here. And on the side of him, like I said, you already know Jew Talk Sports, aka the voice of reason. Mad Mike Sports down there, the mad scientist. You see he mad as hell. You see the Buckeyes in the middle of your screen. And then we got Rich. We gonna call him the linebacker. He the Mike linebacker.
Whoa. You know that.
Richie baby.
Who's going to start off with the 2-point conversion? What you thoughts on anything? Get it out. Confessions, whatever.
Let me start it off. I gotta say this. Man. Your boy Tom Brady looking so good. He looking so lovely right now. He looking so good. They looking so good, man. Oh Lord, he's looking so good. I just love to see Tom Brady. Oh my God. Just do a pick, bro. Just do a pick. That's what I'm talking about. You not look. He's not, okay? Not the GOAT. Okay, you know how that what's that that show when you like say not the mama? Oh, he's not the GOAT. He's not the GOAT. He's not the GOAT. That's what he's not. He's not. Yeah, not the GOAT. All right, man. Look, this man has made a legacy off cheating. Let's just be real, man. They made a legacy off cheating. Made a legacy off cheating. He goes to Tampa Bay, thought everything was going to be sweet, and he come to a real division, a real conference that's not catered to him. And look what we're getting. The real Tom Brady. The real Tom Brady, please stand up. And that's exactly what we're getting. So let's just stop. Let's stop with the GOAT talk. He ain't the GOAT. They won all those championships off spying on motherfuckers like Inspector Gadget. Not all that type of shit. So let's stop that. This is done. It's over with. He just need to come to his senses, just like Peyton Manning did. Just know when it's over, and it's over. Okay, it's over. He needs to realize, just like Drew Brees, that his days are numbers. These guys looking older and older every time you see them on the field. So, with that being said, man, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Who got next? I'm passing that rock. Let me pass that rock. Hold on. I'm Trey Young. No, let me pass that rock to who I want. Who open? Who open? Let me see who open. Let's go to Jew. Let's go to Jew. A bounce past the Jew. Let's do a bounce past the Jew.
There you go.
You better hit a home run. You better hit this shot. You
like
better hit that shot.
You know,
You better hit that shot.
you know how I get. You know how I get down. You know how I get down. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Mike was coming at Tom Brady. He asked y'all, "Is this your king?" Y'all know how they do it on Black Panther. Is this your king? He doing that with Tom Brady. Mike Killmonger. He asked him, "Is this your king?" But I just want to thank y'all for tuning in. Like we said, after a great victory, we blew them out the water as the Raiders. Hopefully, we can carry this momentum forward. But this week, it's going to be the real test. We get the Saints again. This is another audition for this coaching staff. Dirk Cutter, he already out the door. But let's see if he learned from his mistakes. Let's see if he learned from the last game. Go back and watch film, watch tape, and he comes back with a more creative scheme. I don't know if he will. I don't know if he's gonna come in with a new game plan. I hope he does, because we know he's stubborn. Look, Mike already shaking his head saying he's not gonna change his ways. But if he doesn't, I'm telling you guys, I don't care how good your defense plays. Today, our defense balled and the Raiders couldn't get anything going. But like Big Low says, if we come out and play the same way we played today, even with the defense balling like they balled today, if our offense can't get it going, we know how the Saints get down. Uh-oh, Mike got a hand up. What's going on, Mike? We can't hear you, Mike.
All right, Mike. Don't tell me Ted then got off an injured reserve and cut your mic off now.
Hell yo, god damn it. Hey, I gotta give a shout out. I just saw somebody. Hey, I gotta give a shout out to the people in Compton, man. All right, Compton, California, man. Y'all please put your area code, put where you're from in the comment section. We want to see where you guys go so we can better serve you guys, like the time, because I know the time is kind of different, depending on the time of the day or where you are in the country. So let us know where you are so we can better serve you guys as far as content concerns. This is very important. Leave where you are and where you stay right now. Sorry about that, Jude.
Nah, you good, man.
I make sure I throw area codes in the comments. Pop them up here now. Let's see them.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, y'all definitely do that. Drop the y'all area codes, what time zone you in, because we know out west they like 4 hours behind us. So it's still daytime there. But like I was saying, I just want us to keep that same energy. That's basically all I have for my 2 point is I want to see this same aggressive Falcons defense next week. Y'all know I'm all about trench warfare. Using them hands. I'm not a big dude, but I love the big uglies. Like I said, they the real stars on the team. Big Low, no. They the ones, they make the linebackers look good and they make the running backs look good. But they don't, it's a reason why quarterbacks and running backs and wide receivers, they buy them big boys, TVs during Christmas time, Rolexes. When Matt Ryan won his MVP, you know what time it is. Them guys keep you clean. So hey, I just want us to keep the same energy on in the next week. Hopefully those young guys, take them to Tory Mariner, Stephen Means, Marlon Davidson. Hopefully those guys can continue to build momentum, keep building, keep gaining confidence with each and every game, because we got those Bucks coming up twice at the end of this schedule. So we ready to see Old Yeller. I call him Old Yeller. That's why I call Tom Brady. Because at this point, like Mike said, you got to know when to hang it up, man. I call him Old Yeller. He came down here to Florida, where I'm at, just to retire. Florida's a place where you come to retire, but it's all sunny down here. He couldn't take that cold no more in New England, so he had to come down here. He's too old, so he had to come down here and retire. You get arthritis when you get cold outside. But that's all I got, man. Y'all can take it.
Who you passing it to, Jude? You got to pass it to somebody.
Let me dish that rock. I'm going to dish it over right next to me, to the Twitch guy right next to me. We're going to throw it over to J-Rock. See if J-Rock can catch the rock and do his thing with it.
There you go.
All right. Hey, so I want to salute to everybody that's in the channel. in the chat room for being who you guys are. That's making this channel of what it is. Make sure you guys, if you guys haven't followed the Discord, we want this same type of energy. Me and Mike and everybody else have been chatting about the Discord. We want to serve you guys as much as possible. There's people over there in the UK, Australia. We want to serve you guys. So salute to you guys that are in the Discord and are not in the Discord, because we're trying to get everybody involved and all that. So follow the link that I'm gonna drop. Join the Discord. We're trying to get everybody enjoying everything lifestyle. It doesn't have to be all about Atlanta Falcons all the time. It's open discussion, gaming, anything, football, basketball, anything. You can be yourself in the channel. So join the Discord. I'm really trying to get that popping for the Atlanta Falcon Nation channel. And big ups to the Atlanta Falcons today. Like I said, that's gonna be big going forward. This win, hopefully, it builds us some confidence going against the Saints at home. So all I can say is rise up, and yeah, man. That's it.
You gotta pass that rock, bro.
Let me see. Country.
Uh-oh.
Country.
I'm gonna take that rock. Hey, I'm gonna take it. I'm feeling kind of fancy. I think I'm gonna windmill that thing, bro.
Oh, real quick. I forgot to say this one last thing. I totally forgot. Snoop Dogg said it best about the main event fight. Tyson versus Roy Jones. Boy, he said it's like two uncles fighting at a barbecue. That fight, it was a bunch of hugging, doing all of this, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That main event was crazy, man. That was just nothing but bunch of love.
Man, the boys are tired, man. The boys are tired.
They look gassed, man. I'm like, geez, Louise, this is a hug fest out there.
We call it titty bumping. That's what we call
it. But go ahead, Lo. Do your thing. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, hey, man. First of all, I want to thank everybody first and foremost for chilling out with us today, man. Look, I say this all the time, but all these guys that are on this channel, and Miss Maggie, Terror Artist 404, Magnus, like everybody involved in the Atlanta Falcons Nation. Look, these guys work really hard to provide you this Atlanta Falcons content. And we just want to thank y'all so much for joining us, man. Thank y'all so much for coming and chilling out with us. And look, we got Hate Week 2.0 popping up, man. What in the world? Now look, so for the first one, I understand, we got this COVID and everything going on, and everybody was getting ready for Thanksgiving. It seemed like there was that much energy in it. But look, man, this is the second time around. Y'all gotta bring it, man. Because look, Atlanta Falcons Nation coming up this week, we bringing that thigh out. You know what I'm saying? We finna talk. We've been doing a whole bunch of talking. You see Mike over there? He nodding his head. Mike said, I was texting Mike yesterday. Mike said, "Hey, man, all these Saints fans, they got all this talking to do. We finna bring them something." I said, I already know, Mike. I already know what you gonna do. He telling y'all to bring it now. So if there are any Saints fans in the comments, look, last time, we understand that y'all didn't get a chance to come in and chop it up with us about the game coming up. So, I'm giving y'all an advance notice. Y'all make sure y'all come on. Look, we're not gonna be malicious, because I told y'all, we're coming from a place of love, and we don't want to see any negativity, anything like that, but we definitely gonna talk trash about some football. So look, it's Hate Week, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all get that energy up. We're gonna be posting up. What in the world? What am I thinking about, man? Goodness gracious. Y'all make sure y'all do a country boy a favor, man, and subscribe to my channel. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Big Low Country Sports. It's spelled with the Kuntry. I'm sorry, I'm from the country. Jew told me the other day that it's spelled Country. I was like, my bad, Jew. I ain't even know, man. I ain't even subscribers. So
So
y'all
I
make
done
sure y'all
hacked them all.
subscribe. I finna throw it behind with that thing.
Who you passing it on to?
Okay, so it was a fake. So it was a fake behind the back pass. I want to throw it to K Styles.
Okay.
Okay. Shit. I'll go download the post. Download the post. Put that hook shot on it. But like I said, once again, like I said, we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Like I said, just be on the lookout. Like I said, make sure you subscribe to Atlanta Falcons Nation. Be on the lookout for the heavy hitters on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. ATLian Sports Zone, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Lush Exchange, 9 p.m. on Wednesdays. Fridays, we got the Madness Show, 7:30, 8 o'clock. Depends on how we feel. And also, we have the new show, the Red Clay Sports, Saturday mornings at 11. So we coming in hard. We trying to do this thing right here. Because like I said, at the end of the day, the nation is not just us. It's all of you that's tuning in as well. Now, as Mike said earlier about Tom Brady and how he's if y'all don't remember what that dinosaur character looked like, let me pull it up for you right quick.
Oh, yo, you put it back.
That's Bill Belichick. That's Bill Belichick with the flannel shirt on.
That's a good one.
Oh man.
So, but like I said, at the end of the day, like I said, only reason I did that because in life out here, man, we gotta just laugh at something. We can't be so uptight out here, man. Because laughter, when they say laughter is the best medicine, it really is, because you have a lot of people out here that's going through depression, stressing out over jobs. This COVID thing that cost millions of people a job. There's damn near millions of unemployment cases done every week. So, like I said, we come in here, like I said, we going to give you facts. We going to give you our opinions as well. But at the end of the day, we going to try to entertain you the best way we can. Because at the end of the day, if you come out of here with a laugh, or you come out here with stuff that you didn't know, we did what we were supposed to do. So, like I said, we got hate, like Coach said, we got Hate Week 2.0 next week. Saints fans, y'all want to come on and talk your shit?
We looking
like
for
you. This is advanced. This is advanced letting y'all know, because we want to see more than just two people in here talking their shit. Like I said, don't wait until when y'all win to come on here. So we just let you know. And like I said,
we want it.
And like I said, the first lady gonna be on that. So hey, just bring it on, man. Hey, farmer friend, you better do better this time.
All right, so who we giving the game winner, right?
The game winner's gonna go to the headhunter. The headhunter.
Yeah.
Rich the headhunter.
Richie, baby.
Right there.
All right. So I probably got like 3 points heading into next week. I do feel like going in to this game, the coin toss plays a big factor, mainly if we win, just being that we can get our defense out there and just build that momentum. Sometimes you just got to switch it up sometimes, and just show the team that we can trust the defense. They clearly showed that this game. So give them that shot and let the team feed off each other. Next thing, this was close to us playing our best football. And, I want to see that again. Let's see the consistency, because at the end of the day, we didn't win that many home games, and we got to take advantage of that. And we know we got to split. So we know the expectations, and, guys got to fill those shoes. And then I'm pretty much excited to see if Julio comes back and Todd Gurley comes back, any of those guys, see how those guys impacted the game. Obviously, if Julio wasn't in the hamstring, it definitely would have been a different score this game. But we're going to see how those guys look. So you should be prepared. Last big shout out to everybody that's in the comments. Big shout out to AFN, the family, everybody in the panel for inviting me here. Definitely feel very welcome here, and I appreciate that. Everybody subscribe, like, shout out to the Floss. You already know that. Shout out Falcon fans all over the world, Brooklyn Birds. That's it, man. Thank you guys. Love is love.
All right, then.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is Atlanta Falcon Nation. Hey, we out here. Saints, we coming for that ass next week. All right. One love.
We're gonna turn that pizza